The Durban High Court has found 3 individuals guilty of the brutal torture and slaying of 2 minority South Africans in 2018. A belated degree of justice for these victims of this horrific farm attack 5 years after it occurred. Tobelani Mangeli, 25, Sifwe Shezi, 23, and Ndawo Ndlovu were found guilty of the farm murders of Dhir Singh, 68, and Kallawatkie Beekerie, 65, back in September of 2018. The callous, cold-hearted, bestial, that's probably not unfair, animals don't behave this way, but grotesque manner in which these people were murdered on a farm to steal a pittance is beyond description. Mr. Sang was stabbed several times in the neck and chest. Beekerie was forced into the bathtub with her hands tied behind her back, forced to kneel, and then strangled to death with cables. Their lives were taken for their Toyota Conquest, mobile telephones, television, their hi-fi, and several other household items that were stolen from their residence. The lawlessness that is South Africa is beyond comprehension. This brutality, this callous behavior of thugs who act with impunity because they fear no prosecution, they fear no convictions, they fear no arrest, any of that, because of a broken criminal justice system and a broken South African police service, all a consequence of the misrule of the ruling African National Congress, underfunded these activities and ignored these crimes, particularly when it happens to minority South Africans. But it's not simply minority South Africans that are the targets of this brutality. Every single day, approximately 80 South Africans are murdered in the ANC's Rainbow Nation. The death toll, the carnage from murder, whether it's farm murders or cash in transit heist, or it's home invasions or gender-based violence, rapes, and then murders of the victims, is astronomically higher than the total number of deaths that could be attributed to the apartheid state during its long rule of over 4 decades. The world looks the other way. The world doesn't care. South Africans often shrug. This is our lot in life. This barbaric behavior is not acceptable in any society. South Africa has 50% more murders per year than the United States, a country over 6 times as large. Something bestial, grotesque is going on in South Africa, and South Africans need to hold their government to account, resource and fund the police, provide money for forensic analysis, for DNA, for crime scene investigations, and equip prosecutors with the resources and the motivation to prosecute, investigate, arrest, detain, prosecute, convict, and imprison these callous thugs, or South Africans will continue to be wiped off the earth by a lawless country with callous, uncaring politicians. To the families of Dhir Singh and Kallawatkie Beekerie, thoughts and prayers for your losses, and hopefully this conviction will bring you some degree of relief and closure. God bless.